My name is Michelle Porter and my husband is Steve Porter. We have a crazy toddler and a dog named Barley who is a rescue. Like many Bendites, we love the outdoors. We're avid cyclists and runners and hikers. And of course we try to live a healthy lifestyle. So we try to eat right and exercise and of course watch our carbon footprint. We bought this house in 2014, and at that time we were looking for a place that was close to downtown and amenities so that we could walk or ride our bikes places, and this house definitely checked that box. I also immediately fell in love with the views and the great outdoor spaces and the open floor plan. The house was built in 1992 and it was dated when we bought it. It needed aesthetic updates and it also needed some functional updates, and included among those functional updates was energy upgrades. So that was why we decided, hey, if we're gonna make changes in the energy, we're gonna make sure that it's also greener than what we have right now. We prioritized our projects by doing the lower cost, easier projects first to get our feet wet and get comfortable, and then we moved on to the bigger stuff. We sealed all the leaks in windows and doors ourselves, and we also replaced the lights with LEDs, and my husband added some insulation above my son's bedroom. And in our bathrooms, we installed dual flush toilets. And all of the sinks are low flow faucets. So one simple project we did was upgrading one of our bathrooms. It looked dated, but the materials were in really great condition and we didn't feel right from an environmental perspective trashing those things. So I basically did some internet research by watching YouTube videos, determined what materials I'd need to just redo the surfaces, and then I just basically essentially repainted all the surfaces in there. So it took a while because I was doing it myself, but it was ultimately a very easy project to do. Well, my husband and I are both economists, so that means that every potential project went through a cost-benefit analysis, and anything that seemed too expensive got cut from the list, and we tried where we could to do things ourselves. For insulation and ventilation under the attic and ductwork, we worked with GreenSavers. They offered the best overall value, and we felt comfortable with them and really liked the people we met.
Hi, my name is Megan, and my role at GreenSavers is as our senior home performance consultant. I've been with GreenSavers for about 4 years, and as our senior consultant do our primary project design, field assessments, as well as assisting with whole home energy audits to help folks make their homes perform a bit better, which can include everything from reducing energy and utility costs to improving comfort, maintaining indoor air quality, and all the good things. So Michelle and her husband, I believe it was Steve, had us out to their home expressing some concerns with comfort and air quality, which was especially important to them with a young child. And so some of the things upon performing a whole home assessment, including looking in the attic, the crawl space, at their existing ductwork and HVAC system, we had some recommendations, some findings that could absolutely help address some of those. So off the top of my head, starting with the attic, we helped them improve the ventilation, getting some more air moving through that attic space, which helps prevent moisture buildup, ice damming, heat buildup, things that can really have a big role in occupant comfort, or things we don't really want to deal with our homes and that can be nastier to deal with once they occur, such as ice damming or organic growth. Another component we tackled up in the attic, as well as the crawl space, is air sealing, which, especially with air quality concerns of recent in Central Oregon, I think is important to address. So by air sealing, I mean kind of drawing that line in the sand between the attic space, the crawl space, the exterior of the home, and what we want to heat and cool, and what we want to trade air with, and where we don't. So that was a number of things we did there. And I think more specifically related to some of this stuff we're focusing on is the air sealing, as well as the duct sealing and addressing some of their ductwork, which ductwork is one of those kind of out of sight, out of mind, but is so important for our home's energy. Up to 30% of heating and cooling can be lost through unsealed ductwork. And those little unsealed points, holes, seams, all of those at joints and connections, can also provide opportunities for things we don't want entering our ductwork or our home to get in. Everything from wildfire smoke to particulates in our crawl space and attics to soil gases and moisture. So I know that was something the porters were really excited about, was knowing these concerns, they were legitimate. We had some findings and some recommendations to help improve air quality, comfort, and overall performance. Another thing we did at the Porter House, and that is really important with ice damming, is making sure we're getting passive air movement through that attic space. So we want air coming into our attics, down low at our eaves and soffits, and then cruising up and exhausting out high at roof, ridge, or gable vents. And so I know we added a few vents to the Porter's attic to help move that air to take any heat that does get in there up and out. And then cherry on top, a real nice R value, R referring to our thermal resistance, is absolutely helpful for keeping that heat out of that attic space and the cold from entering your home.
One element for us of making our lives greener has been lifestyle change. And one of those lifestyle changes is eating locally grown organic food. And we're part of some CSA programs, but we also wanted to give a try at, give a go at growing our own food. So my husband built 2 raised garden beds in our backyard. And we have some herbs. We also tried to use our acreage. We have about 1/3 of an acre. So we started planting fruit trees. We thought, we should really make our land productive. And it's been an interesting process. We've had some failures, we've had some successes. It's definitely a learning process. But the herbs in part are there to deter pests. Deer don't like things like lavender and mint, so generally nothing eats those, so they're easy to grow, and those have been a really good starting point for us. We've tried, one of our lifestyle changes has been cutting out single-use plastics, so the fact that we have our own herbs and we're not getting the plastic clamshell from the store is a huge benefit. The climate crisis inspired us to install our solar system so that we could reduce our carbon footprint. And the research process was pretty straightforward. We looked on the internet to see what does it mean to have a solar system, contacted companies that do installation, and then chose E2 Solar because they offered great overall value, and we really liked the people we met there. We love our retrofits because they reduce our carbon footprint. And the added benefit of all of them is that it has really reduced our energy bills. So we pay $800 less every year in gas and electric because of the upgrades. Our gas bills are down 30%. Our solar panels cover all of our electricity needs, and our house is much more comfortable. For people looking to add retrofits, I definitely recommend starting small. So little things you can do yourself, like sealing window and door air leaks, maybe putting in a little extra insulation, replacing lights with LEDs. Those are really low cost, simple projects that most people can do themselves. And then once you've done that, you get comfortable with it, you see the immediate benefits, and it sort of is a proof of concept to moving on to bigger projects. A sustainable community will reduce its carbon footprint by moving to clean energy and reducing reliance on personal vehicle usage. So that means retrofitting existing structures with clean energy sources like solar panels, and then infilling existing communities with amenities so that car-free living is a real possibility for everyone.